My name is Jeremiah, and I'm one of the founders of Flashpacker. So what is Flashbacker? Well, it's kind of like Dropbox, it's kind of like bookmarking, it's kind of like Evernote, it's kind of like Pocket and all these types of apps. Except what we're trying to do is find a simpler and more general solution to provide you a space where you can put all your important digital content so that you can access it later and share it with other people. Specifically, Flashpacker does three things. The first thing is it lets you capture any type of digital content, so it kind of bridges this gap between offline content and online content. It organizes content in a kind of new way, which we think scales much better than folder hierarchies. And it lets you share your content in a very flexible way. If you were to make an account, you'd actually have exactly this. So the first question is, how do you put content into your Flashbacker? So that part is pretty straightforward. It's similar to what other apps do, like Evernote. You basically have a browser extension to capture online content. So you can capture a piece of a web page, you can capture a full web page, or you can just capture a bookmark using it. I'll just go for bookmark right now. You also have an OS 10 app you can drag content to, which will also capture that content. And obviously, there are mobile apps so you can capture content on the go. I'll just take a picture of you guys. So I'll just tag these three items with a "Don't pitch me, bro" tag, which I already made before. So once I've tagged my items, I then send them to my really main Flashbacker where everything I've ever captured lives. I've got many different types of things. So for example, this picture I just took. And basically for each item, you can either visit it, which if it's an item you've captured online will take you back to the original URL. You can download it if it's something you can download. So you can share it as well using a link, and I'll get back to sharing in a minute. So each item also has three different types of tags. It has this blue tag, which tells me where the item comes from. So everything is kind of small here, but it has a gray tag, which tells me what kind the item is, and it has some red tags, which are either tags Flashbacker proposed to me or that I put myself. And I can combine these tags to refine my search. So for example, I can click on London, and then I'll pull up all my images that presumably have been taken in London, and I can kind of do this indefinitely. And for example, pull up all my images that are connected to Disrupt as well. We also have this plus operator here, and this plus operator is pretty cool because it lets you dynamically create bundles of content. All I need to do is select nothing and click on share. That will share the whole bundle. I can shoot it out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Google+. In the next version, we're going to connect it with Buffer, WhatsApp, Viber, all that kind of good stuff. And for now, I think I'll just send myself an email to show you what it's like to share it with someone who doesn't have. So this is what the email looks like. So if you send it to somebody who doesn't have an account, he'll get this email, he'll see your profile picture, he'll see like a little preview of what you send them, and he can click on View Now. And when he clicks on View Now, even though he doesn't have a Flashbacker account, he can still kind of use Flashbacker. He can like open the different items, he can download them, he can visit them. And of course he can also save them, but then then they need to make an account. And basically that's what Flashbacker is about. It's about moving content between apps and moving content between people. Thank you.
I just wondered if there was a way to kind of simplify the tags. I use Evernote,
yeah,
and I create thousands of tags, which become useless because there are so many tags. Yeah. To actually go back, you've got coloured lists there. I don't know what the significance are. I don't know whether there is any, kind of geolocation or anything, or to filter them out. But unless I remember what a tag is, having them on screen, there are so many of them, they're actually useless to me. If that makes sense.
So you're absolutely right. In the coming version, actually, we're going to have a little icon for each tag, which gives you an idea. So for example, if somebody sent you something, it gets through Flashbacker, it gets automatically tagged with their name. So there'll be like their icon. And so we do use like EXIF, like location data. So if we have that, we'll put a little location icon.
But is there a way to kind of sub-categorize tags so you can kind of, you know, you don't that list, even that list you had arrows going down. I presume there's loads more tags below there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is, you know, visually, I want to be able to see something and click it and it's done, right?
Yeah, definitely something to do. Yeah.
Can we please have a massive round of applause?